Guys, I've got so into challenging myself to film videos on like a really short time frame. I'm not quite ready. This video is all about my, I guess, alternative medicine, spirituality side, because I think for me, I say everything's the biggest thing, don't I? It's not even the biggest thing if everything's the biggest thing. One of a key part of my recovery, again, I don't really like that word. I'm worried I've got berry seeds in my teeth again. I'm getting distracted. What's the time? 9 minutes to go. What was I saying? And I think if you are someone that suffers, like you feel like you always need to diet, you hate your body, you're always exercising, you may be on one end of the spectrum where you feel like you always need to lose weight and you're always dieting, or you're on the other end where you're like completely addicted to exercise and you have kind of labelled yourself as the fit one and the gym one. Since viewing and started to like dive into mindset stuff and spirituality stuff, my life and my confidence has just completely grown. So when people ask me why do I believe in it and what do I believe in it, what do I believe in, I don't often know what I believe in, but I know that I am a lot happier now that I do these kind of things than I ever was. I wanted to share with you some of the other things that I did. Obviously a huge part of recovery, if you like, and getting your period back and recovering from over exercise is you need to eat more, you need to do less intense exercise, and you need to chill out. You need to have a lot of fun. But there were some other things that I am a big fan of natural remedies and healing from the inside out. The first thing is I'm a big fan of oracle readings. I am a big believer that oracle cards and tarot cards can really help emotionally kind of tell you where you're at and call you out on your own shit. So if you're like stuck in the past, for example, I might constantly pull let your past go. I believe that we all have guides and angels that guide you through life, and I think oracle cards and tarot cards are a way to them to make in contact with you. However, if you don't believe that, that's absolutely fine. What you can kind of view it as if it's your subconscious mind talking to your conscious mind. Part of law of attraction is you will always get what you're on the same frequency as. Whatever, if you don't believe that it's your angels or something like that, you could just say that whatever card you pick is exactly right for you because you're going to be on the same vibrational frequency as that card. So you might not believe that it's your angels, but you might just think it's your subconscious mind talking to your conscious mind. Whatever you believe, I just think they're a really nice way of like helping guide you and keeping you working on yourself. I also do some work with crystals. I don't know huge amounts about them just because there is so there. That is like a little crystal mobile that I made, and all of those crystals are like perfect for crystals being in the home. When I was trying to heal my period, I carried a rose quartz around with me. That's all around like love. Rose quartz looks like this. So it's like a real pinky colour. I've got a big one over there, and this is on like a pendant. I was gifted this pendant, and I just kind of like carry it around with me, leave it under my, like sleep with it under my pillow. And rose quartz is where like really good for opening your heart and love and stuff like that, which I feel a big part of my journey was that I blocked myself off to like love and like emotional love, if you like, and rose quartz really helps bring that back out. So crystals is a really good one to look into. And I know I've also got crystals that like represent like health and like rebirth and fertility, that kind of thing. Another thing is Reiki. Now I have done Reiki since I was like 14, I think, and I remember my first Reiki session. Sorry, I was just clicking my neck, Megan. And I don't know why, it's just always been pretty normal in my house. Mum last year in an argument, she was like, none of that effing pulling card shit is going on in my house anymore. Yeah, I've kind of grown up with Reiki. It's weird. But Reiki is a chakra and energy healing. Now, I would recommend it to anyone. I think you have to go in with an open mind, and I think you have to go in when you're ready for it. I have recommended it to people that weren't quite ready for it, and then they didn't really get the best out of it. But I love Reiki. It is basically, if you don't know, you have like 7 main energy points, and Reiki masters can like sense which of your chakras are blocked. And when I was going through my like recovery, if you like, a lot of my heart chakra and my sacral chakra was really blocked. When I had one Reiki session, my shaman was like, you have got a knot in one of your ovaries, and it's like an energy knot, if you like. So he would work and untie the knot and make sure all my chakras are aligned. I feel incredible after it. I would really recommend looking into Reiki. Hello, I'm back, it's lunchtime. So another thing that I also do on a regular, or I did do on a regular, I don't anymore because pandemic and all that, was acupuncture. I love acupuncture. If you don't know what acupuncture is, it's needles in your body basically. A lot of athletes get it, and a lot of people do it for like muscles. So where like the muscles tense, you can pop like little needles in to release the tension. But you can also get it for like more of a holistic and alternative medicine approach. So it's really popular to get in your hormones, help regulate your hormones. It's a Chinese medicine approach. I don't really know the ins and outs. All I know is that every time I get it done, I just drooled. Every time I get it done, I feel bloody fantastic after it. We basically always focused on my spleen and female and my hormones. And why am I dribbling so much? They just feel so good. So like Reiki, I've just had some like huge like euphoria moments, and it feels like a deep meditation. Whereas acupuncture is like you feel it inside your body. It's so strange. And then like 10 minutes into it, I would just get this like huge rush, and it's like a feel-good rush, but it used to like come up my left side and then like down my right side, and I would come out and I'd literally be like bouncing. The idea of acupuncture is basically like loosening up all of the areas that are blocked so you're like flowing again. But yeah, I definitely recommend this. Now this one, I only tell people when I'm drunk, so here we are, internet, is Colonic Hydrotherapy. If you don't know what this is, then it is what you think it is. It is where you have a pipe put up your bum and flushed out. Now do not knock it until you've tried it. Of course it is very uncomfortable to start with, and I feel like you have to be, I was basically in a state with my digestion that I couldn't take it anymore. That I was like, there has to be something else. I'm so sick of feeling like shit, pardon the pun. I'm so sick of being constipated. I felt as if like sometimes it would be like backed right up, and I was like, there's got to be something. So I did some research and I came across Colonic, and the lady that I go to see is incredible because she's very spiritual as well. So she works on like emotional release as well as like the actual release, right? So she talks to you as you're doing it, because a lot of the time that when we hold on to stuff, so like constipation and stuff, a lot of that can also be down to us holding on emotionally and like not wanting to let go and being really tense and tight. So she really helps work through that. She uses like different like herbal essences and stuff like that, like droplets on your tongue, and recommends like all different like alternative hippie stuff, and it's so good. So yeah, it's very, I don't have constipation anymore, and I think that's since adopting a more plant-based diet. Previously I would be constipated all the time, and when I would go and have a colonic, obviously it would just like release everything from you, and my skin would be like completely clear. My eyes would be like popping, and I'd be strolling around and I'd have so much energy. So that is probably not for the faint-hearted, that one, and you kind of have to be pretty, I guess, I don't know, it just like it didn't really faze me, it didn't really bother me. But yeah, that's one I only normally tell people when I'm drunk. I've only had it done, I think I've had it done 3 times. However, the issue with all of those alternative medicines is if you go back to your normal lifestyle, you're not going to continue to see the benefits. You're going to have to keep going back because you're not doing anything. That's why I'm really excited to go back now to all of them eventually when we can. And yeah, I guess, yeah, I'll give them all a go again, even a colonic, I guess, just to see like how I will feel now, because I feel so much better and I am fueling myself and I am sleeping well and I'm nowhere near as stressed. It would just be really interesting to see like how long the benefits of that lasted, because I felt so good. I was like really harming myself. Do you know what I mean? So imagine how great they're going to be now. Another thing is meditation. So I talk about meditation a lot. Love it. I think everyone should do it. I don't even see it as like a spiritual thing. I think it's a like 5 to 10 minutes of you just coming back to yourself. Even you can follow like guided ones over YouTube, you can do sleep ones, you can do just count in your breath. There's so many things, so many ways that you can try meditation, and it is taking the world by storm with like loads of different apps, like Calm app, Headspace, that kind of thing. Especially now it's becoming more mainstream, right? It literally isn't like, you don't have to sit there like this. Another one, and I guess this isn't really a medicine, but it's something I would really recommend, is reading. Reading not only focuses your mind on something else other than any potential crazy thoughts that you're having, you're learning something, and if you put it around a topic, I'm a big believer that there is knowledge in power. Knowledge and power. Power in knowledge. There is power in knowledge, but only if you then go and action the knowledge. Amounts of food and different types of food depending on where we are in our cycle, and we should train differently in our cycle. Once you learn all of that, you can't unlearn that, right? Another thing is hypnotherapy. I love hypnotherapy. I love sleep hypnotherapy before bed. I have some of my best night's sleeps when I do a sleep hypnotherapy. I'll leave some of my faves down below. But I have also listened to hypnotherapies during the day, like as in like had like non-sleep hypnotherapies as well. And I have recently been working with a therapist, and she gave me this self-esteem hypnotherapy, and it transformed my life. I will leave the link to her down below as well, because I would really recommend. And then finally, I would say journaling, which again I would kind of argue is a type of medicine, because I think there's so much power in getting all of your thoughts out and getting them just like bleh. And even if journaling, your formal journaling might be talking to a friend, or I actually find a lot of my journaling is like talking to a camera. I find that it's really healing when I do a video, when I talk about things that I've been through, and when I share about my journey. I actually find it's really healing for myself. Yeah, journaling, just getting those thoughts down on paper. Sometimes I don't know about you, but sometimes I can just find myself like sitting there and thinking like, I could have all these thoughts going around in my head. I have all of these thoughts and I'm like, oh my God. And I know that if I don't get them out on paper, that they could potentially internalize to something else. So I think it's really important and very therapeutic and a form of medicine by getting your thoughts out onto paper. I also think it's really important that once you've got those thoughts down on paper, you don't just leave them there. It's really important that you then work through the types of thoughts that you would rather be having. So get all those negative thoughts out and then look at them and go, okay, these thoughts aren't serving me. So by looking at these thoughts, what sort of thoughts would actually serve me? So then you can cross those out and write the good ones, and then that's how you've kind of like left your journal. So I always recommend like don't really leave your journal on like a bad time, like always try to flip it into a positive, just so then that's when you shut the book, that's what you're leaving from. I think that's all I've got to say on my like hippie alternative medicine approaches that I've done to like help better myself, feel better in myself, and try and get my period back and break away from that shitty world. So yeah, obviously I have got my period back, and no one of those in particular has helped me necessarily get my period back. You cannot focus on those. I'm proof that you cannot focus on those if you're still going to undereat and overexercise, because I was doing all of those and undereating and overexercising still and didn't get my period back. So I think the main things that we really need to focus on is making sure you're fueling yourself and making sure you're not exercising too much, your body's under too much stress, and then we can look at like the emotional stresses and like the alternative medicines and then bring those in. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video, a little insight into my life and a little bit more oversharing on colonics. If you enjoyed this video and you're on YouTube, please can you give this video a like and subscribe to my channel, maybe drop me a comment or something, because it just means that all my content is more likely to be seen to girls that really need it, or guys that really need it. And if you're on Instagram, then like it, maybe share it to your story or whatever, that'd be cool too. And yeah, that's all I've got to say. That's all my oversharing done for the day, so I'll see you next week. Bye.